Hi, my name is Brandon Wynn.
My name's Edward Burns.
And this is Critical Failure. We are on the Meazel, not sure on how to quite say it yet, but it is something from the Shadowfell. Why don't you go into the stats a little bit?
Well,
Not the stats, but the lore, sorry.
The lore, okay. Well, the lore bit here says, in a place where the Shadowfell washes against the shores of the material plane dwells Meazel's hateful hermits who left behind their old lives to contemplate their misery in shadow. Now evil burns in their hearts, and they resent any intrusion into their suffering. Hateful hermits. Meazel are all that remains of people who fled into the Shadowfell to escape their mortal existence. The darkness transforms them, and their bitterness made them twisted and cruel. Now they loiter near the Shadowfell crossings to waylay travelers who venture too close to their lairs.
So they're basically emo.
Yeah, they're just like,
They're me.
I hate everyone. I'm so sad. I wanted to escape from this place. This place sucks. Let me go to the literal miserable plane of just death and dread. Oh, I love it here.
More sadness. What is it?
I'm so sad. Oh God, no, I'm turning into a little freaking gremlin, goblin monster thing.
It looks like an actual imp.
Yeah.
But stupider.
It kind of reminds me of a very scrawny bugbear.
Yeah, like that's a very good one. But
mixed with like a gith.
Gith? Yeah.
Yeah, like because
I can see the
nose
face.
in the face.
Anyways, I'm going to read the rest of the lore. Divide and conquer. The stain of darkness responsible for the existence of Meazels imparts to them magical powers that allow them to move through shadows with ease. Merely stepping into one pool of darkness allows Meazel to move to another one. That does not make any fucking sense. They use this talent to ambush creatures, snatching them around the throat with their strangling cords, and then step away. Meazels also use this ability to ferry their victims to isolated spots and then leave their hapless souls to the designs of whatever horrors lurk there. Excuse me. Creatures that are drawn through the shadows by Meazels are cursed by the Meazel's baleful magic. The curse acts as a beacon, sorcerer, undead, and other terrorists sense where they are located and descend on their stranded victims to tear them apart. These things are little fuckers is what they are.
Yeah, they're just like, hey, everyone else who's really emo, there's this guy who's not so emo, and we should jump him.
Isn't the Lonely the one with the gigantic-ass claws of the Sorrowsworn?
I think so. It's been a while since I looked at him. I really like the little chicken-looking one.
I really wanted to do a video just based on the fucking Bissell chicken, just because it's like, I just imagine like a chicken that breathes fire, instead of the ones that are actually existing in D&D.
But yeah, that like little lore bit, that's horrifying, just because like, this monster is already kind of like decently powerful, in my opinion, for a CR1 creature, but just it teleports you away from all your allies and stuff, and then everyone just in that area just starts coming to your direction. Just
Not only zombies or ghasts or the normal ghosts, like you might be possibly benefited to fight against in the actual Shadowfell, because if you're going on there in there on purpose, you might be ready for something like that.
Oh yeah, if you go in there, you should expect trouble. This is just like, it's known for a lot of undead and stuff there.
Yeah,
it's horrible.
And the sad thing is that in the Shadowfell, you already are acting as a beacon, being alive.
Mm-hmm.
So the only class or race that I can expect that wouldn't have that issue is a construct. So probably
like a warforged.
Yeah, I was about to say a warforged, or that undead dragon species that is within the Critical Role campaign, the first one, the Tal'Dorei setting. I think that's in the Tal'Dorei setting.
Are you talking about the undead like a race subtype?
Yeah.
It's in the new book Wildmount. I believe.
It's in Wildmount.
And
I thought it was in the.
I forget the exact name of it, but it's just an undead like minor undead template you can slap onto something.
I was thinking like that probably wouldn't have any sort of like thing going towards it, so it's probably going to blend in.
Yeah, that'd be
decently.
pretty cool.
Yeah, so that's how I kind of imagine the Shadowfell would be in that setting. Anyway, I'm going to go into the stats a little bit once I stop fucking putting my phone away and being an idiot. The Meazel is a medium humanoid. It's Meazel specifically. And it's neutral evil. I'm going to get into that in a second.
Yeah, it's just evil. It just hates everything.
No, not even neutral evil. I read what it can speak, and I was like, I don't want to get into that just yet. It's an AC of 13, average hit point average of 35, 10d8 minus 10, and a speed of 30 feet, That -10 is just it really wanting to just die. It's just like, I don't want to succeed in my sadness of life.
You know, I kind of imagine it's just a side effect of just being in such a like life-draining type of place as the Shadowfell is like it kind of damages your constitution because
Yeah.
it's still a living creature. It's not undead, and just being in that type of environment would probably negatively affect your health.
Oh yeah, most definitely. It has a speed of 30 feet, and it's a strength of 8 -1, dexterity of 17 +3, constitution of 9 -1, that like we were just talking about, intelligence of 14 +2, wisdom of 13 +1, and a charisma of 10 +0. Its skills are perception and stealth, which are +3 and +5 respectively, meaning that it's a
That's a very sneaky boy.
yeah, it's a +2 to proficiency bonus. Its senses are dark vision up to 120 feet. Did not realize that. I haven't read this yet, but I did not realize it was going to have a dark vision sense up to 120.
I mean, most things have dark vision in 5e,
Yeah, but not up to 120 feet. That's
Yeah.
what got me.
but most things aren't also listed in the Shadowfell or the Underdark.
That is true. It has a passive perception of 13, and it only speaks in common. I honestly expected it to speak in Meazel for some reason, because the Kruthic speak in Kruthic. I did not realize that they had their own language. Like, if you want to go back to the Kruthic, they are intelligent enough to have a language.
Honestly, though, with the language, you should probably think about like what was the creature before it got transformed into this, and
Yeah.
you could slap on some languages and some racial bonuses from its origins.
Yeah, that would also be cool.
Like, just imagine like a half-orc version of this, and you thought you killed it, and it just activates relentless endurance, and it's like, oh, I'm still alive.
Healing potion. It is a challenge rating 1, 200 XP. Before we get too far away from the stats, anyways. And it has an ability called Shadow Stealth. While in dim light or darkness, the Meazel can take the hide action as a bonus action.
It's just a discount rogue.
Yeah, it's like, ooh, darkness. In dim light, I just imagine your torch already being snuffed away because of how depressing and how life-sucking the Shadowfell is. I also imagine the Shadowfell being a really cold place.
Yeah. I imagine it'd probably be dim like all the time. Like, I kind of imagine the lighting would be similar to Curse of Strahd setting.
I imagine it being dark all the time. It's just
yeah.
the moon.
There's
gives
no actual like sunlight. It's just
dim and
dim.
depressing.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, the thing is, like, I imagined Curse of Strahd being very overcast all the time with very brief moments of sunlight. I'm imagining Shadowfell to be literally just darkness with the moon hanging in the air, and like that's all you get. Like, your torch won't work, or if you do magically get it to strike, you're just being onset by destruction. That's how I kind of imagine it to be. But I'm going to get into its the Garrote action ability, and then he's going to take the rest of it. So the Garrote is a melee weapon attack, +5 to hit, reach of 5 feet, one target only, and it can only be of the Meazel size or smaller, so it can only be medium or smaller that it can attack. Average 6, 1d6 +3 bludgeoning damage, and the target is considered grappled, with an escape DC of 13 with disadvantage to break through. Until the grapple ends, the target takes 10 average 2d6 +3 bludgeoning damage at the start of each of the Meazel's turns. The Meazel cannot make a melee weapon attack while grappling a creature in this way.
And it also has a short sword, which it has a +5 to hit. It deals 1d6 +3 piercing damage, but it also has bonus necrotic damage on top of that by a d6, which I think is cool. It's been in the Shadowfell for so long, it probably gets like infused with negative energy to channel it.
And I think that is really cool because you don't really see a lot of CR1 creatures or lower having that type of ability to where it has extra damage on top of it.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool.
I really like that in
It's-
terms of like flavor and everything.
Yeah, because it's like, I just imagine it's like, it's sitting there and it's like, I hope I die. And then it stabs you and like its words are what actually gives it that extra power. That'd be really funny.
It just hates you so much it wills you into dying even faster.
It's just like the unerring slam of the fucking Marut, where it's just like, I will you to get on the ground. And it's just like, oh fuck. And it's like Inuyasha's getting told to sit.
I haven't seen that in so long. Its last ability is the Shadow Teleport ability, which it mentions in the lore, and it recharges on a 5 or 6. The Meazel and any equipment it is wearing or carrying, and any creature it is grappling, teleport to an unoccupied space within 500 feet of it, provided the starting space and the destination are in dim light or in darkness. The destination must be a place the Meazel has seen before, but it need not be within line of sight. If the destination space is occupied, the teleportation leads to the nearest unoccupied space. Any other creature the Meazel teleports becomes cursed by shadow for 1 hour. Until the curse ends, every undead and every creature native to the Shadowfell within 300 feet of the cursed creature can sense it, which prevents that creature from hiding from them. That's really terrifying, because that means like anything that wants to kill you is now going to come and just try to murder you.
And 99% of the things in the Shadowfell want to kill you as is.
Yeah, and if you have a group of like an adventuring party, like low level, that do not take this creature out fast enough, and it keeps getting these shadow teleports, it'll just teleport the whole party all over the place.
And the Shadowfell is already hard to navigate without any prior knowledge or being from there.
Yeah.
So imagine being lost in this, like how I had in the Trials of Anubis for Wesley. I had him teleport to the Shadowfell, and I had it basically like a thick forest to where he's getting attacked by all these creatures, and like the forest keeps getting denser and denser to where he's barely able to take 5 feet of movement without getting attacked, and being forced to only be able to move that because of how dense the trees are.
That reminds me of one game we played where I think I was running it and we were in the Shadowfell and there was more and more zombies or something, and I think you guys saw Zakram there. No. I think it was your game, actually. I think it was.
I think the Zakram part was just
It wasn't that game where he died. It was the game where me and Wesley were playing, and it was the Hobgoblin campaign.
Yeah, that was just a shout out towards Zakram because fucking that dude kicked my character's ass.
But it was I had a dragon egg. That's why I really remembered it, because I really wanted a dragon, and it was a blue dragon, I believe. And then when we came back, I was like, I checked the egg, and I wanted to see if the shell start turning black. And I don't think you knew about shadow dragons, but I knew about shadow dragons.
Yeah, at the time I didn't know.
And I was like, oh man, this is gonna turn into a shadow dragon. And I was like, I'm hyped.
Yeah, I remember that because that was right after. I think the entire party got wrecked. Because that's when
I don't remember what happened.
I just
I
remember
think the campaign just ended on that one.
Yeah, because I remember what you're talking about. I remember doing the Trials of Anubis a second time, because the first time Wesley fucked it up, got us killed. I had to bring in the Trials of Anubis super early. I wasn't expecting it until like level 6 or 7, which is like a good bit through the campaign. And he completely just brought that through, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you just murdered us. You don't know what the fuck this character's talking about, and brought us to the Shadowfell. The second time, I barely remember, because I don't remember if you died only. No, I
haven't died in your campaign.
You got teleported there, but my brother from Craig died, and the entire party got caught in that because Anubis was like, everyone needs to know about this shit.
For the curse, like, shadow thing, I think it'd be cool if it was like some sort of like spectral, like, banshee type thing that doesn't like harm you, but it's like wailing and it's drawing the attention of all the natives.
It just screams at all times, and it's like you're trying to like swing it away, and it's just like, I'm a ghost, bitch. Fuck you.
But I thought that'd be cool. Like, maybe it's like wraith around you and it's just moving and just making all this noise.
You've seen me play Bioshock Infinite, right?
Yeah.
So you know the very first, not the plasmid, but the thing that you get that's a possession where it's like it's floating around you. That's exactly what I was expecting, and like you can't even hear it screaming. So you're just like, this thing's following me around. Maybe the Shadowfell, but then things started coming at you, and you're like, this thing's attracting me.
Oh yeah, and the worst part is it lasts for an hour. That's a very long time.
You might as well become one of the Meazels. It's just like, fuck it, let me kill myself. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this amazing video, finally having my friend Edward back. We need to do this more often, most definitely. But yeah, if you guys are interested, please watch more of our videos down below. You'll have to scroll a lot just to see him again. But
yeah, it's almost a year.
Yeah, it's been almost a year. You need to finally actually start doing these more. But please leave a like and subscribe as we bring you back more D&D content in the future. Hit that bell notification button as you can be alerted to our videos when they drop. And please subscribe, as we are trying to hit 50 subscribers by the end of the year. Thank you.
See y'all.